What's up, guys? Today I'm playing the Talon Course at Grayhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. The first hole is a pretty straightforward par 4 with no bunkers or anything off the tee. I hit a great forward off the tee and left myself with a really good look at the green with a wedge in hand. Flag here is pretty much back middle of the green. I was trying to go right at it, but ended up pushing it to the left. I had a long birdie putt here from the fringe. I thought it was going to break a little more right than it did, but it just hung out to the left. If y'all are enjoying this new commentary type of video, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It's free for you to do, and it's the best way for you to help my channel. Had about 6 feet left here for par and just left it a little bit short for a tap-in bogey. Second hole is a pretty short par 4. I'm hitting forward off the tee again, and my target line here is the power lines just on the left side of the fairway. I was trying to draw it back in. I ended up leaving the club face open and just pushing it way off to the left in the desert. I got lucky here and had nothing interfering with my swing and had a good look at the green, so I'm going right at the flag here. I hit a really good approach shot there considering the lie I had, and had about a 10 to 12 foot putt downhill for birdie. I ended up leaving it just a little bit short, but I'll definitely take a tap-in par after that drive. The third hole was a short par 5 with not really any trouble off the tee. I've been hitting forward a lot better than my driver lately, so you're going to see me hitting that a lot today. I hit a perfect drive and left myself with 224 to the green. The flag is tucked in the back right corner with deep bunkers right in front of it, so I'm trying to aim towards the left middle of the green here. I ended up chunking that hybrid, but because I aimed out to the left, it ended up in an okay spot in the fairway with a pretty straightforward pitch shot up to the flag. I overread my birdie putt a little bit, but I'm definitely happy with another tap-in par here. I hit another great tee shot with my forward and left myself with a really good look at the green. The flag here is front center of the green, so I feel comfortable just going right at it. I felt like I hit a great putt here, and if it didn't take that hop in the green, I think it had a really good chance of going in. It was a little frustrating, but I can't be mad with another tap-in par. The fifth hole is a pretty short par 3 at 147 yards, and with the flag on the left side of the green, I was trying to start at middle and fade it over to the left side, but I ended up pulling it a little bit and left myself with a pretty long putt. I ended up leaving the birdie putt short, but was able to hit the 4-footer for par. The sixth hole was a little bit longer of a par 4 at 459 yards. My starting line here was the bush in the middle, and I just wanted to kind of fade it off of that. The fairway sloped a little bit more than I thought, and I ended up just rolling off the left side. The tree here wasn't too much of an issue, but I ended up hitting a little bit of a fade just to make sure it didn't come into play. I didn't quite hit the birdie putt high enough, but left myself with a pretty easy 2.5 footer for par. I was trying to hit this tee shot just left of those trees on the right side of the fairway, but ended up pulling it right into the desert. I got lucky and didn't really have anything interfering with my swing, but I had to get this ball up quick and over that tree in front of me. I really misread this birdie putt off the fringe here and ended up leaving myself with about a 7-footer for par. I hit the par putt on a good line, but just didn't quite hit it hard enough. The 8th hole here is a longer par 3 at 221 yards, and with the flag on the left side of the green again here, I was just trying to start at middle and fade it to the left. I ended up pulling it again and left myself with a really long putt for birdie. The putt didn't quite break as much as I thought it would, and I hit it a little bit too hard, but I left myself in an okay spot for par. Unfortunately, I did not take my time with this putt and pulled it to the right, so I ended up with another bogey. The 9th hole is a medium-length par 5 at 562 yards. The bunker on the left side of the fairway is about 250 yards to clear. 4 wood should have been plenty to keep that bunker out of play, but I didn't hit it very well and I ended up closer than I would have liked. I knew I most likely couldn't reach the green here from 292 yards, so I just wanted to lay up and leave myself with a comfortable distance in at about 100 yards. I made a really bad swing with 6-iron here and left myself just off the left side of the fairway. The bunker in front of me is about 50 yards short of the green, so it's really not in play. I ended up chunking this wedge shot though and left it short of the green. I hit my chip shot a little bit thin and left myself with about an 8-foot putt for par, but I ended up whipping out for another bogey. The 10th hole is a longer par 4 at 454 yards, but the fairway starts to narrow at about 300 yards, so I decided to hit forward here to make sure I had the best chance of hitting the fairway. I hit a perfect tee shot right down the middle, but got pretty unlucky that my ball stopped on this ridge and left me with a pretty tricky lie. I knew this ball was going to move right to left with this lie, so I aimed out to the right a little bit, and unfortunately it didn't quite come back enough and ended up a little bit right and long of the green. The ball was sitting up in the rough here a little bit, and unfortunately I just slid my club right underneath it and didn't quite carry the ball into the green. I hit my par putt on a great line, but just left it short for a tap-in bogey. The 11th hole is a medium-length par 3 at 163 yards. With the flag near the middle of the green here, it's a really good opportunity for me to get aggressive and try to break this bogey streak. I hit it just right of the flag and had a really good look at birdie. It didn't quite break as much as I thought it would, but I'll definitely take a tap-in par after 4 straight bogeys. My target line on the par 4 12th hole was the left side of that mountain, but I overfaded it a little bit and left myself in the left rough. I hit my approach shot here really fat, but fortunately it carried the waist area. I had an extremely tough pitch shot here with the pin tucked in the back right corner of the green. I ended up hitting it almost perfect, leading to my best up and down of the day. 13th hole is a super short par 4, and it's only about 275 yards to the front of the green. With hazard up the right side and the green heavily guarded by bunkers, I decided to play it safe and just hit 5-iron to the middle of the fairway. The flag was on the left front of the green, and I had to go right at it to make sure I was on the correct tier. I slightly pulled my wedge shot and ended up about 40 feet away from the hole after it rolled all the way down into the other tier. I ended up with a very frustrating bogey on one of the easiest holes on the course after 3 putting. The wind really started to pick up here on the par 5 14th hole. My target line here was the carts in the middle of the fairway, but I ended up pushing it way left into the desert. Bush was in my line to the green, so I kind of had to punch out sideways here. I had a really good look at the green after punching out, and even though the flag was on the right side of the green, I decided to go right at it since there's really no trouble to the right. I hit a great putt from the fringe here and finally made my first birdie of the day. The 15th hole was a pretty long par 4 and it was playing straight back into the wind, so I decided to hit driver. The pin here is tucked in the back right corner, so I was just trying to hit the middle of the green. The wind pushed my ball way further left here than I was hoping and left me with a really tough, long uphill putt. After leaving 2 putts short, I ended up with another bogey. My target line here on the 16th was just left of that mountain in the distance. I ended up pulling it a little bit to the right, but still ended up on the right side of the fairway. The pin here is tucked on the left side of the green, so I was trying to fade it in from the middle, but just didn't quite get it to fade enough and left myself with a long birdie putt. The putt broke a little bit more than I thought it would, but I was able to save par from about 4 feet. The 17th hole was a really cool short par 3 with an island green. I hit a great shot that spun off the back slope and left myself with about 15 feet for birdie. Unfortunately, I didn't quite hit it hard enough and ended up with a tap-in par. The 18th hole is a really long par 5 that I was playing as a 3-shot hole. My target start line here was the right side of the bunker on the left side, but I ended up pulling it way right into the right bunkers. I made a stupid decision here and tried to hit 6-iron over that tall whip in front of me. I hit the face of the bunker and had no idea where the ball went. I got lucky after walking over to my cart and found it sitting in the middle of the fairway. On my 3rd shot, I knew I couldn't reach the green, so I was just trying to lay up to about 100 yards. After pulling my wedge shot, I 3-putted for double bogey to end my round. up shooting 8 over for 80, so definitely not one of my best rounds, but I hope y'all enjoyed watching. And please make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought about the round in the comments.